Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for mid-March right through to mid-April 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know at this time regarding their career and their money situation? Can you please show them the future of what they need to know, where they are headed, what is going on with them, and the path that they're on? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Now, the first card there is the Sun card. So this is a card of positivity, of growth in your career, but also it's a card of you reaching for something that really is going to be successful, something that you can see in your mind's eye as your vision, your goals. You're locked on, and I definitely see here that you're being clear about what it is that you want. So I feel, the card of illumination can also indicate some of you could discover some new information or maybe new knowledge that's going to help you on your path, and it's going to help you flourish. Look at that. You've got the Chariot card there as well. So if you've been going through a problem-solving phase in your career, or you're strategizing something, some of you have taken some time out to really reflect on where you're at, where you are right now, and really where you want to head in your career. And I definitely see here with this Chariot card energy that you are moving and improving your situation. And, I really get an energy of success, of triumph, but also I feel like after a period of feeling exhausted, I'm getting this energy of you suddenly having a lot of vitality and motivation, and it really helps you power on through. Now, I'm also being given a sentence, which is a change is as good as a holiday. Okay, so some of you could be making some changes at this time regarding the way that you work, and this fresh new approach, it makes you feel energized and motivated, but also inspired in some way. So it doesn't always have to be that you're taking a vacation, especially with that Chariot card there. But some of you, look, you've got double 10. You're working at capacity. A lot of you are feeling exhausted as well. I definitely see here that mentally you have a lot on your plate right now, a lot on your to-do list. You're basically maybe overcommitted, and maybe for some of you it could be understaffed in your industry, or it could be that you have felt really kind of like challenged. You have extra work coming on in. You may feel under supported in some way and overwhelmed by the industry. Perhaps there's some changes. We've got the 10 of Swords in the resistance position there. We've got the 7 of Swords there for you as well. You may feel that a workload is unfair for the returns that you're basically getting at this moment in time, because you're giving it your all, okay? So I definitely see here that some of you are moving towards some sort of change or new improvement in your circumstances, and it's going to be beneficial. But in order to launch it or get it off the ground, or perhaps, get it implemented in some way, it's hard. And it can indicate that, you have been almost like feeling that things are out of balance, let's put it that way. You may feel that you're the person who's stepping up. You may feel that you're a bit of a lone ranger on whatever it is that you're doing right now. I definitely see here that you're self-made, or you're someone who's definitely reaching for something really important in your career right now, strategizing away. And I see that, there's this energy from your reading, which is like, you're so close, or you're nearly there. Don't give up. There's this energy of like, there's an opportunity coming in that you're going to grab with both hands. And, you've got like a 9 and a 10 of Pentacles here. So I would say that you're all about your finances right now. And some of you, you're on a path to more, or having some sort of bonus or an opportunity, an increase in your finances. Even though the job market feels like that's not possible right now, I definitely see some sort of improvement financially here for you. But of course, as soon as money comes in like a lump sum, I definitely see you compartmentalizing it, maybe putting it on some debt, taking down repayment plans, or saving some money. The majority energy I've got here for all of you is like being financially independent and free. And, your final card is the 9 of Pentacles, which means you will accomplish that goal. You're on a trajectory right now to build a life of luxury for you. I feel like you're focused on your projects. You're locked on, you're showing up for yourself. You're disciplined. And I feel, you're headed in a direction where you are giving out a lot of yourself, but there are going to be greater returns in your future. Okay, so let's tap into what's going on here. We have the Sun card, so this can indicate that you're like energized. We've got that Ace of Swords there as well, so lots of new ideas, maybe even a fresh new start. But this is a breakthrough on something, either a sudden epiphany, a realization, or perhaps an opportunity that comes in to give you that chance at like breaking through something or transforming the way that you work in some way. You're going to see a lot of coincidences and synchronicities in the next coming weeks, which highlight a radical change is upon your industry or in the way that you do business, and it's going to be very beneficial for you all as well. Now, of course, the illumination card can indicate that you're stepping into the spotlight in your career. It feels like a golden hour or a golden opportunity for you here, but also it means you're being recognized for your skill set. You're someone who is very talented. I mean, a lot of you may feel right now unappreciated or, undervalued in some way, and you may feel that you want to transform the way that you work so that you can get more benefit from it. But I do see that there are opportunities opening up for you in your industry to expand, diversify, and basically increase opportunities for you. Some of you, of course, may also be thinking about working for the family business, because we do have that 10 of Pentacles there. And if you're not already working for the family business, this is something that perhaps you may dabble in or start up, for example, and you may like get some sort of contract in place, legal structure in place, so that everybody knows, what each person is doing. Everyone's on the same page there. But if you're someone who works currently in the family business, it can be that you are shining a spotlight on areas where you feel you need to make some changes in order to be a little bit more financially free, or kind of like be more independent. I get this sense of like promoting, or kind of like getting your word or your goods or services out there in some way. And I feel this is also going to draw more attention to your business, because no matter what you do, whether you work for the company or whether you work for a family or with your family, or whether you're an entrepreneur, I feel this is about you drawing more attention to whatever it is that you do. A lot of you, this could be promoting your work or allowing yourself to shine and grow in your circumstances, because you're someone who is a maverick. You're someone who is destined to stand out from the crowd and shine. So I feel like, no more selling yourself short. No more kind of like hiding your talent away in order to blend into the background when you're born to stand out in some way. So I definitely see here with this Sun card energy, because it is your protagonist energy. It means that, there's a positivity, a raw energy about you. You're someone who is knowledgeable. You've studied life. Doesn't have to be that you went to college. It can be that you're naturally gifted. But also, I feel some of you may enter higher learning or some sort of course that gives you a certification or qualification that helps you enter into a different pay grade there as well. But as you can see with this card, this figure is reaching for something, locked on. It's a vision. okay? And I feel like there's infinite possibilities for you to see this through and make it happen. And I feel like you're so close to going through some sort of milestone of achievement here as well there. I mean, I feel like you're giving it all that you've got, even though you're exhausted. I feel, you know, this sense of being overstretched in some way, that you're holding it all together, as it were, and that, you know, you're doing something big that requires a lot of energy. And, you know, the Ten of Pentacles is like you working towards the big 10. It's you working towards material affluence, security. You know, you have a wealth of knowledge and you're making something happen that brings in a financial return. And it's like whatever your vision is, it's like you have the vision of the big 10, but you're getting the big 9 at this time, which means, you know, you're so close to accomplishing the exact thing that you want to accomplish, but also it's like you're not there yet. It almost feels like a stepping stone couple of weeks, or a milestone couple of weeks here, where you are going to like reach for something really special in your career and have it on the material plane. It's going to be physical there for you. Now, of course, this is a card of, you know, the material world, shall we say. So it can be that you're going to look at your savings plans at this time. And, you know, with that Ten of Pentacles, it can be that there's a certain amount of money coming into your financial institution every month, for example. And it's about delegating and portioning out that amount of finance so that you can like pay the bills, you know, do everything you need to do with that, take down repayment plans, look at 401ks, you know, really have a financial strategy there. But you know, at the end of the 6 weeks, you've got a Nine of Pentacles. So this tells me that you're able to save a lot of your finances. And some of you could be like saving for like a large purchase, like a vacation, for example. Some of you could also be looking at your finances right now if you want to be a little bit more nomadic, or, you know, take your business like overseas, for example, migrate your business or your skills. It could be that you're pooling your resources and looking at what you have in order to meet the certain requirements of a certain country in order to be able to migrate your business or move overseas, for example. Now, of course, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I feel for some of you, this is something that you're looking at right now. Or it can be that you just want to be more nomadic in your industry. So therefore, you know, you could be saving up a large portion of your finances at this time in order to be able to take a leap of faith, in order to become independent, you know, in your working, become an entrepreneur. Or if you're already an entrepreneur, this could be that you're diversifying and you may be reinvesting in your business at this time in order to promote growth. Okay. But let's bring this back a little bit more, because this feels like you have already achieved a certain level of mastery in your career, that you're someone who's already quite celebrated in whatever it is that you do, but you're reaching for more. You're building on whatever it is that you have accomplished already. I feel you have a wealth of experience and also a certain set of finances. And I feel like, you know, you're thinking of ideas with that Ace of Swords in order to transform and, you know, build upon whatever it is that you've already accomplished. Now, of course, I want to address anyone who has currently been made redundant or has not got a job and is currently searching or looking for an opportunity. I do see a new one coming in for you. It's no accident that you have a Ten of Swords, but it's in the resistance position, which means new start. And the Ace of Swords, which is a new opportunity, something that requires your intelligence, your know-how, your diligence, your attention to detail is what I've got coming on in. So if you're someone, whether you're in a role right now looking for new opportunities elsewhere, or whether you're currently out of work, whether you were made redundant or lost your job or actually took yourself out of a very toxic environment, I definitely see here that there are new opportunities opening up to you. And there's one role that will bring you in a steady amount of money. But also I feel some of you are like brainstorming ideas of being independent. So it could be that you're going to have two streams of income here. So it could be something that brings in like at first a small amount of money, but it will increase over time. And then there is some sort of like steady secondary amount of money that comes in that's a little bit larger than the other, but it's consistent. It's something that comes in either weekly, monthly, or I just feel that you are kind of trying to work towards doubling your money at this time. And these may just be ideas for some of you, but you know, if you're launching something at this time, I definitely see it's going to be something that's very successful indeed, okay? So if you're currently out of work and you're looking for a role, I see some of you, you know, signing new contracts is what I see, but also I feel You may turn something down because I feel the money is a little bit lower than what you're used to or what you're expecting. And I feel like you're not selling yourself short, okay? I feel like what happens here, it's like you're looking for that 10, okay? But I feel you could meet an opportunity where they offer you a 6 and you're like, no, no, no deal, not at all. Now, there is the potential here to negotiate a better deal, but looking at the energy, I feel actually an alternative opportunity comes along that offers you the 9, and that's close enough to what you want. So it could be a starting salary, could be a probation period that you connect to for some of you, and you staircase your finances when you end that probation period and like lock on to a long-term position. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you or someone who is dealing with a client or a customer who is trying to knock you down when it comes to your pricing. I feel like the price is the price, but ultimately for some of you, there's this energy of perhaps, you know, you will offer a discounted price, but this is something that you decide to do. It's not someone bartering you down. And I feel this actually may draw like extra attention to your goods or services. So it's like, I'm just seeing like a discounted period. It may just be like 10% off as an incentive for people to come to your business. And this could be like drumming up new business for you. That's something that is coming through. I mean, I just feel it's like a temporary incentive. That's something that I'm feeling right now. So if you're a creative, for example, and you have products online, it can be that, you know, you're going through a period where you may be discontinuing something or creating something new and creating space for that new product. So in that discontinuing sort of phase, it could be that you're like selling something at a discount. It's not like loads of money off. I just feel it's an incentive, and it drums up more attention to your business and more financial exchanges. Okay, so that's something that's coming through there. Now, also, some of you could be having lots of ideas about getting something online, because the Ace of Swords is a very cerebral card, but it also connects to the ether. So this could be you launching either, you know, a platform that sells items, or perhaps you have a message that you want to get out to the world. It could be that you're writing a blog or a book, or perhaps you're partnering up with a social media platform, for example, or even, you know, utilizing some sort of computer software program or app or AI or something that's digital, because this is a card of digital kind of products. So it could be that you're utilizing that at this time and you have a bright idea for something that actually is going to catapult you to success. But I feel in some way it runs side by side something else. So this could be something that you are diversifying at this time or launching at this time. And for some of you, it can be that, you know, you've had an idea to be solo in an industry, because the Hermit, when you apply it to a career and money reading, for example, you know, this can indicate a desire to go solo. Okay, so you could be doing something that's out on a limb that's different from everybody else, for example, and I definitely see that will be very successful indeed. But I've also got this energy around the 10 of Pentacles, which is telling me that some of you may decide to invest in something with a friend or with a family member, someone you consider a soul tribe member, and it may be something that is also very successful and kind of complements whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, now of course a lot of you may be just doing your own thing, so I just want you to be aware of that. Not everybody's going to have that energy, and if you're doing your own thing, I feel this is a period of gathering knowledge and wisdom. As you can see, there's lots of pearls of wisdom there, hibernation mode. So some of you could be squirreling away, you know, having an idea and, you know, want to withdraw in order to not have any distractions at this time, so that you can. I'm actually seeing a parrot right now. Thanks so much, I'm truly grateful. So there is a famous sentence which is like learning something parrot fashion. So it could be that you're like removing yourself to learn something, and you may be kind of like saying it over and over and over and over again, repeating something so that you learn it fully. Maybe this is like digits, data, maybe formulas or something, you know, maybe it's some sort of information that you have to present. Maybe you're even learning, you know, some sort of speech that you are going to deliver to others in a presentation form. You could also be someone who inspires other people, for example, and you have like a winning formula that you're just like tweaking right now and getting clear on what it is, and then actually like delivering it to other people. But I feel there's something here that you've learned that is repetitive, because parrot fashion is to repeat. This can indicate that, you know, when you do something many times, At first, it may feel like it's dull and boring, of course, but actually, it means you're a maverick. It means you're actually, someone who is master or mistress of your craft. It's so second nature. You just know what you're doing, that you're the go-to person for that because you've done it so many times. But I feel there's a sense of like wanting to evolve from that or build upon it. So I definitely see here a lot of you squirreling away to find a different approach or a unique approach to whatever it is that you do, because you have the knowledge already, but I feel like you're building upon it. So it feels a lot of you in the next 6 weeks may reinvest in yourself or some sort of course of higher learning to complement what you already know, is what I'm seeing there. Okay. Now, also, we have that 10 of Swords. It's in the resistance position, just like the Hermit. So it can be that thinking time is over. It's time for action on something now. But I feel like this is you strategizing and making sure that you have all the knowledge and the structure in place before you launch something or before you make a move on something. But, the 10 of Swords can also indicate that you have so much on your to-do list right now that you need to prioritize what's important. It's like, what are you reaching for? If the thing that you're reaching for is, of course, the most important priority, then that's what you focus on in the next 6 weeks, and that's the thing that's going to grow. Anything that is secondary to that, of course, must be done a little bit later, and anything that complements it must co-align with it in some way. And the 10 of Swords, because it is a resistance position, some of you may be getting a new opportunity elsewhere, leaving a position that you're in. And, I feel it could be that you feel like you've hit a plateau or a glass ceiling in your career in some way, and you want to take things to the next level. So that's why you're smashing through that glass ceiling. And a lot of you, it could also feel like there was no opportunity to grow in your sector, and you are trying to carve out a pathway for you to be able to do that. And that may be elsewhere. For some of you, it literally is you kind of like taking your knowledge and becoming a consultant or being freelance or, launching your own business and structuring things so that people come to you because you're the person who has all the knowledge, and you realize that you could run this show by yourself. You don't have to be connected to like an institution or a company because you're the one with the smarts. You've been like working with them for some time, but you realize actually if you struck out alone, then you would also be equally successful and retain most of the money for you, for example. Now, Swords are all of the mind. Because we have the Hermit energy as well, a lot of you may have been working long hours and you're feeling exhausted and you haven't been taking a break, and you may have had a lot of pressure on your shoulders. I'm just getting this heaviness on the shoulders, but also migraines as well. So if you've been suffering from migraines recently, a lot of you, I'm getting this energy of adjusting a screen. Okay, so if you have like a brightness on the screen, if you work with computers or you're always on your cell phone, there's something about like the blue light or the eye comfort when it comes to screen time. Make sure you have great time away from the screen if you can, especially if you're taking a break. Always find a way to sort of reduce that light as well, because I'm just getting this energy of migraines. And some of you may actually have some sort of like eye test that is offered by your employer, or if you're an entrepreneur, for example, it could be something you're looking into at this time as well. But I feel it's really healthy for you to step away from like screen time if you are on a screen for a lot of your working environment. Of course, a lot of you may not be. Some of you could be like working out in nature, for example, and it could be that you've been doing a lot of heavy lifting physically rather than just mentally. But because you have some swords, you also have the 10 of Pentacles, so it can be that it's a balance of the two. Heavy lifting mentally, but also physically in your working environment because it's been demanding. And I feel, in a world where you feel that everybody wants more from you, you may be looking to see if the finances are reflected. And if it's not, I feel like you may be looking for alternative opportunities at this time. A lot of you, let's bring it back to a more grounded energy. A lot of you could be looking at contracts this month or perhaps visas, passports, or, service providers, things that are running to the end of its course, expiry dates, for example, looking at renewal periods, moving away from anything that drains your finances or does not offer the service that you require. So it could be that you're cutting things off at this time with this Ten of Swords, just because the Six of Pentacles is there as well. It could be that you're paying for something and you feel like the service is not up to scratch, or you feel that perhaps, it's a service that you don't require anymore and you just want to downsize financially. So it could be that, you're cutting off any subscriptions, for example, that you don't utilize or is not beneficial for your business. And for some of you, it could be something that you're asked to do as a task or a responsibility if you work for a company. A lot of you could be looking at your 401ks and your pensions this month as well, for the next 6 weeks for sure, because, we have two tens here. So a lot of you are thinking about like retirement or the end of a cycle, a working period. And it can be that you're deciding to look at your resources and invest in the best possible way. You may actually get some advice from someone who's either gone through this before or actually is a 401k advisor or a pension advisor. This could be someone that you're connecting to if you're an entrepreneur, run your own business. But if you don't and you work for a company, it could be something that's offered through your company there as well. But it's definitely something on your mind. And I feel like you are going to make some sort of maybe an offering to it that stores some finances away and really is a positive outcome. It feels like your acquisitions or your financial endeavors are going to be growing and stable in a really nice way. Let's put it that way. Ten of Swords, especially in the resistance position, actually is positive. It can mean that, you've had an old way of thinking and suddenly you've got a new mindset and a new approach, and it's just energized you. It doesn't always have to be that you're moving into a new role or you're trying something new. It can be that suddenly you've had like a breakthrough mentally and you're super stoked about it and you're excited to implement it and get it like moving ahead. And with that Six of Pentacles, it is in the resistance position at first, so it can indicate that you're focusing on one thing right now and it's doing a lot of draining of your energy, and you're trying to find a way to connect to something else or implement some time for you to focus on this new idea. So it can be that you need to find a little bit of balance over the next coming weeks and months there. Also, I got to be honest with you, these cards, especially with the Hermit there, it can be that some of you have not been going out as much as usual, or, you've been finding things to do that are fun that don't cost a lot of money, because you may be like keeping a close eye on your finances at this time and realizing that your resources perhaps have not been going as far as usual. Things like products and services that are increasing, and it may feel like your wages are not, of course. So it can be that you're just being cautious or, guarding against the pinch, for example, with that Six of Pentacles in the resistance position. But I do see here that your actions, whatever they may be, because of course everybody's going to take a different action depending on the career that you're in, the Six of Pentacles goes into the upright. So there's two energies with this. One is, you balance out your finances and you get to save more money with that Nine of Pentacles, because it feels like your finances are fluctuating, but you get a hold of things and, there's a lot more financial freedom in your future there. But also the Six of Pentacles can be a sudden, unexpected windfall from the universe, an opportunity that suddenly comes on in for you. And this Ace is basically representative of that. There's suddenly something presented to you, either a new sort of prospect or a new project or a new opportunity. Some of you, it could be a new client or a new endeavor, not just a thought or an idea, but it could be something tangible that you feel comes out of the blue that you're like, oh my gosh. And suddenly you're really curious about it. And it really helps open up a new direction for you, because you have that Chariot card, which is an empowerment card. And it feels like, you could explore a new avenue and it will bring in more finances for you or help you increase your finances in some way. Now, of course, that Six of Pentacles indicates that, I do apologize for the sound. I hope you are not, basically that is a very loud helicopter that's just going over. So I hope the microphone did not catch it so loud. It's super loud here. I feel like I'm shouting at you. So I do apologize about that, but let's get back to your reading. The Six of Pentacles, this is an energy of like some sort of good karma coming back to you. And if you're owed money as well, I'm just getting energy that this person, they may try to pay you in installments. It may not be the whole amount straight away. It just feels like a little offering at first, but they will increase it over time. But I do see someone who owes you money, they will repay it. Okay, and this could be, especially if you're a freelancer or you have done a job where they're being a little bit slack with sending you the finances. I feel some of you may have to send them like a correspondence that is very direct. Okay, and maybe even something that perhaps is professional, but kind of highlights that you don't want to take things to a legal term, but you will if it's has to happen, right? But also that Ten of Swords is like, you may like send them a red letter sort of thing, like an ultimatum letter, like highlighting that it's not good business, or that you will not do business with them again, or you'll cut them off. Ten of Swords is like cut them off, right? So it could be that for some of you, you may have to really notch up the correspondence if you have been struggling to get a payment from someone that you've done a job from. This person is going to pay up. I see that they're going to pay, okay? But you may need to give them a stricter correspondence that says, hey, look, I've given you an opportunity. This is the last opportunity. Then we go into legal proceedings, for example, okay? But I don't see you getting to that point. I want you to be aware of that. Now, because we have the Ten of Swords and the Six of Pentacles in the resistance position, some of you, and this is on a personal level, some of you may have trialed something that you thought you'd be interested in, but perhaps you don't really want to pay for it long term. This is your friendly nudge to say, look, if the trial period is coming to an end, you need to cut it off. Otherwise, they will take a little bit of money from you. And you may try to kind of like talk to customer services and try to, plead your case, but I feel they will take the majority of the money. And there may even be like a 1 month's kind of cut-off fee. So it could be that, you go, hey, I didn't really want the service. And they're like, well, you should have cut off the service before the end of the trial period. And now you have to give 1 month's notice. So they may be a little bit callous. I got to be honest with you, because that's what I see with that Seven of Swords there. They may be a little bit callous and try to take like even an extra month's worth of fee from you as like a cancellation kind of period. Okay, so I hate giving that message, but I got to be honest with what I see here. So it's something to guard against if you've taken a trial on something and you're like, actually, I need to cancel that like right now. Okay, now Six of Pentacles actually means that financially things are going to be more balanced for you after a period of struggle, after a period that you feel maybe you've been like moving some money about for some time and just like keeping an eye on things. I do feel like you get back on top of things financially. So if you have been struggling, this is definitely some good news coming in for you. But if you have not been struggling, of course, I definitely see here that you are managing your finances and that you are going from strength to strength. But also, I just feel this like sense of motivation rising up within you. Even if you've been exhausted, I feel like there's this energy of taking a step back in order to look at your position and really get clear on what it is that you want and, the direction you're headed in. And I feel suddenly, you're moving forward at a faster pace. This feels like you're fast tracked to something, and I'm actually being given a song right now and an image. Oh, okay. I'm not sure how these go together, but I will try to decode what I'm seeing and hearing right now. So the song is very famous, and it's definitely come up before. So I'm not sure if it came up for your sign, my beautiful Gemini, but I've definitely heard this in one of the readings before, and it's Eminem, and it's like oh gosh, what is it called? Basically, I'll give you the lyrics of what I can hear right now. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. I can't really remember what it's called. It's so famous, I'm going to kick myself. But it can be like lose yourself in the moment, or maybe it's called like One Shot, or oh gosh. Anyway, I'll look it up after the reading, but it's really famous. So everybody's going to know what it's called and probably shouting at the screen right now. And I'm going to kick myself because I can't remember it. But anyway, that's what I can hear. So either you're going to hear this song in the next coming weeks, and you may even hear it 2 or 3 times, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is getting silly now, because it feels like it's repetitive. Like you're going to hear it, and it feels like there's an opportunity coming up that you're going to grab with both hands, and you're not going to miss this opportunity. And I feel that's what the song is actually about. But also I'm seeing like one of those old-fashioned games. It's like a wooden maze, and it's got like a little ball that you kind of like move ever so slightly around in order to get it into the hole in the center. So it's a really random image, but perhaps it is highlighting that, it requires your skill or attention to detail or concentration on something. I mean, the maze is all about focus, calculation, concentration, skill sets required, being in control of certain moves, for example. For some of you, it could also be that, you've been feeling a little bit lost or drained or tired in your industry, and now you're finding a way through, and something that is challenging but informative is coming in or is being made available for you, and you're the one who's got the skill set for that. I mean, is that song about a maze as well? I'm not sure. One shot, because there is a hole in the center, so it can be this ball is rolling and it's going in the right direction and you're rising up. What I can see is that the ball is going into the center. It's actually going into the hole in the maze. So yeah, I feel like you get to the center of something and it's rewarding. So I'll leave that there. I'm not really sure what else that could be. So yeah, I'll disconnect from that energy. But this card is your outcome card, and it's all about empowerment, about movement forward. This is about your commitment and dedication to something that brings victory and success. But also it's like you completing something and moving on to the next. If you see this figure, they're going through a very small window of opportunity there, and perhaps that's what that was all about, the maze. It's like this small window of opportunity is being made available for you, and you're going to like shoot your shot, and you're going to be on target, and it's going to happen. So some of you, whether it's you're launching something or trying something out, there's no fear here. You're going for it, and it feels like it's a success. And the universe is also supporting you and like helping you be more confident in your circumstances to move you along. Okay. Now, of course, for some of you, this could be that, you're going to get some sort of bonus, because the Ten of Pentacles can indicate a large sum of money. And some of you could be upgrading your car, for example, at this time. Others, it could be that you are going to get an opportunity that has a company car, because this card can be connected to company cars and things like that. But also for some of you, it could be that, you're at capacity right now, double tens, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. You've got a lot on your plate because you want to take a vacation, or you're trying to tie up loose ends and get everything done because you're going to be taking a day off, or you're going to be doing something where you have a little bit of time for yourself, for example. So, I feel there's a flurry of activity here where you're going to be super busy, but it's going to be super rewarding, because I get this sense of like, and relax, okay? Like, I don't know if you noticed, my voice and my energy started to speed up there, like, and I was almost going to stumble over my words because everything was going so fast. And I feel that's something that perhaps you feel is happening right now, that you're like constantly on the go and you're just like at capacity and you're wondering, when can you catch a break? Well, the next 6 weeks, there is some sort of opportunity for you to catch that break. And I also feel something is being offered to you as an incentive, or a pathway is being made clear for you to make progress. And you're going to see evidence of that progress over the coming weeks. I mean, there's even a butterfly there, which means some sort of transformation. There's been a time period of you reflecting, strategizing, and now it's time to take action on something. And for some of you, it could be like spoken word, either giving a presentation or writing something, a manual of how to do something, maybe creating some sort of like wealth of knowledge platform where people can come and basically download something that you have put on there, and perhaps it's passive income for some of you. For some of you, you may feel that there's better opportunities abroad with that card, because this is a travel card. For some of you, this is just a measure of you like moving forward and seeing evidence that you're heading in the right direction and that things are going to get infinitely better for you. But I see with that Seven of Swords, a lot of people, they can misunderstand this Seven of Swords. The history of the Seven of Swords is basically the figure on the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot does not want to have conflict, does not want to fight with anybody. So if there has been office conflict or office politics in some way, I feel like, you're trying to be diplomatic. You're calling people out if they're rude or if they've done something that is not productive to moving your business forward or whatever it is that you do. But ultimately, I feel like, you don't want conflict. So you could be like removing yourself in order to have no distractions or disruptions at this time. You're just working towards something that's going to benefit you, and you just don't want anyone to be the fly in the ointment. So the Seven of Swords can be that diplomatically you want to remove any conflict, and you are basically doing something that either people don't understand or that people cannot match at this time, because this card can indicate that you're doing something so different and independent, and you're not conforming. You're basically approaching your career in your own way and on your own terms, and people are not capable of reaching the success that you are. So they may not understand your path, they may not understand the way that you work right now, but you're doing something different that sets you apart from other people. So you're not here to follow the crowd, is what I'm seeing there. And that Seven of Swords can be this desire to be independent. But I would say with the Seven of Swords, because I see a lot of pressure here, don't rush into anything, because I do see the pace will pick up towards the end of April there for you. If you go too quickly, you could make a misstep or you could make a mistake and you'll have to revisit something. So I would say, don't rush into anything. Have a nice measured pace, even though there's a flurry of energy around you. I'm going to give you an example. Like if an opportunity comes in and someone says it's time sensitive, you need to sign the contract by this date, or you need to do it now, or you'll miss the opportunity, for example, I would say hold back, because normally when someone's pressurizing you into doing something, it means they benefit from it a lot more than you do, or they're trying to hide something in the contract that they don't want you to locate. So I would take your time to really look at the fine print of everything, especially when you get this card. But also the Seven of Swords, it can be connected to like a theft of ideas, for example, because the swords are of the mind or ideas, so it could be that you want to copyright something or patent something just to make sure that you own it, because that song came out, it's like you own it. You own the moment, and maybe you own the product as well. So if you're creating something, or because this is an idea for something, it could be that you're patenting it at this time or copyrighting it, whether it's an invention or maybe it's just something that you've been working on for some time, and before you release it, you want to make sure that it's safeguarded legally in some way. Now I'm going to pull a card on that Seven of Swords for you, okay? Because Seven of Swords, it can also indicate that things have been mentally challenging at this time, and it can indicate that you are close to like burnout, let's put it that way, because you have that Ten of Swords there as well. So it could be that you're finding a way to do something in a more efficient way so you have more time to rest, because the Hermit is like, take a pause, take a breath, take a rest, really reflect. You don't have to always be doing. Sometimes you need to give yourself a little bit of a break so that you can recharge your batteries. Especially, for example, if you're a parent, a lot of you may have like family responsibilities. And even if you're not a parent, you could have family responsibilities, but also you're holding up a job and you're trying to move forward and, make progress. It can be that you've just got a lot on your plate right now, but I do see things becoming easier there for you. Yeah, Seven of Swords, Moon card, I would say be cautious rushing into anything, especially contracts. I would definitely say that, there could be something hidden in the fine print. For some of you, there may even be a merge going on in your industry. Whether you're an entrepreneur or not, there could be like a big deal going on there, and it could be something that will change the industry or maybe bring in new rules, regulations, or policies regarding whatever it is that you do that may affect you in some way. So maybe you have to get to grips with new like technology or new working practices. For some of you, this could also be like tax structures, or it could be a way of filing things that changes, and you have to be flexible and work out how to do it moving forward. And, it's like a new way of working or a new way of doing like final accounts or something like that. And I feel it could be a little bit frustrating at first, because there's not much readily available about it and it's thrust upon you, but then you'll have to like learn as you earn, as it were. It feels like you're like learning on the go. Okay. Now we do have, yeah, the Hermit again. We have the Lover's card and we have the Page of Wands. So I mean, the Moon card can be your dreams, your ideas, your goals, the vision of what you hold true to yourself that you want to accomplish. But also the Moon card is a duality card along with the Lover's card there. You know, these can be your choices that you're making. And, you know, there's often a dog and a wolf on the Moon card, which basically can represent this sense of being independent, wanting to go off and do your own thing, launch something that is, you know, your own business. That's the wolf energy, and the dog energy is all about something that is stable, maybe something that brings in a consistent amount of money, you know where you're at with it, or it could be something that is a tried and tested route, and it could be that you are trying to do the two at this time with the Moon energy. You're blending your skill set in some way. For some of you, this could also be that, you know, you're a bit unsure about launching something with somebody and you're just getting all the facts first, or if you're in like a business partnership, some of you may be thinking about dissolving it and going solo in some way. And I feel with that Page of Wands, you're inspired, you have new ideas, but it also feels like no matter what you do, because everybody's going to be doing something different, of course, the Page of Wands indicates some sort of good news comes in to transform your working environment in some way, and you're curious about the next steps. This is a card that highlights you're in a very explorative phase. You're finding your sense of purpose. You're locked onto something new and your ideas have value and you're dreaming boldly and you're making steps to make things happen for you. But it comes with some sort of news, okay? Pages bring news. So I feel this is about you also trying to be free-spirited. A lot of you are trying to do something very independent or have independent finances at this time to, you know, build a life of luxury. You're locked onto your projects and I feel like you're not going to stop until it's done, basically. But I do see some sort of news coming on in here for you that will give you something to think about, something that you're going to be very curious about, and it opens a new pathway for you and helps you make progress a lot quicker. It feels like a fast track, and that's why I say don't go too quickly because you may miss something. So if something feels too good to be true, always second guess it and question it. But what I see here is the opportunity is pure, and it is an opportunity that's going to be great, but just don't rush into it, okay? And we also have that Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a card of basically, you know, doing something where you are able to be comfortable in life, where you can save more money than you spend. So I definitely see that you are building wealth here, no matter what you do, but also it means that you're locked on and disciplined to your projects and you're showing up for yourself. I feel this is about you being super focused, completing what you start, being very productive. A lot of you are focused on completing work that you began a long time ago. You're sticking to your program and you're trusting that it's a tried method and it works, okay? But I feel a lot of you could also be curious about some sort of second stream of income or some alternative path that you are kind of like curious about right now. And these could just be thoughts, because the Ace of Swords is like the start of a thought, like a curiosity, like what if I did this? What would I end up doing? How would it go? It's a new idea and you're getting clear on it. Some of you may be investigating something and wondering, is a different way of life or a different way of working more appealing to you at this time, and you're looking logistically at how to set it up there. And it could be that everybody's got their 2 cents on how to do it, and there's just a lot of information out there, and it's like a minefield of information, and you're trying to find your way to something that is, you know, pure and the right way of doing something, because you don't want to misstep. I would always say get a qualified person to help you, someone who's got knowledge, or even someone who's done it, you know, to help you do whatever it is that you're trying to do, especially if it's a legal structure or some sort of like, you know, structured business. I would definitely say get someone with qualifications there. And coming to the energy of qualification, because I feel a lot of you, you know, you may be getting a qualification or be celebrating a win that's going to unlock a different pay grade for you. So congratulations if that's you. But also what I'm seeing here is, it's interesting. I'm seeing a laurel wreath, and in the center, there is like a moon. It's a crescent moon, actually. So this could be a moon phase where you're going to get some good news. A crescent moon, I feel, it feels new to me. So it could be in and around like just after the new moon. You could be getting some sort of news that brings in some sort of financial excitement. I just want to say excitement. So it could be a rebate on something for some of you. It could also be a check for something that you've been hoping to get for a long time. For some of you, it could be like a discount on something that you want to purchase. You get it at a better deal, so there's more money in your pocket. So again, please apply it to your situation. But I feel a lot of you, this is you maintaining and sustaining what you've been working really hard to achieve for some time. And I feel like you're just like brainstorming ideas in order to like build upon the success that you already have, okay? Also, for some of you, that Seven of Swords, someone may try to take credit for something that you have done. So you may have to speak up about that or keep an eye on that person. I feel it will be highlighted in some sort of meeting or appraisal if you are someone who works for a company. But if you're an entrepreneur, I feel this could be that, you know, the clientele or the people who watch the competition, they start to notice that you're doing something first and then they're copying it. Now, whilst copying is a form of flattery, legally it's not acceptable, really. So, you know, it could be that, you know, they notice that this person or this industry is copying you, and they're no fools. So I feel like they're actually going to go directly to you. They want to go to the person who has started it or who has been the pioneer of something. So I wouldn't worry about it, but you may actually have someone draw your attention to someone who is trying to copy what you do, or, you know, perhaps take credit for something that you have done already, is what I see there. I mean, a lot of you, this 9 and 10 of Pentacles mean you are going to be financially secure, or you're going to be able to attract more wealth based on some ideas that you have there. And a lot of you, it could be connected to some sort of solitary endeavor, okay, that empowers you. I mean, you've got the New Horizon cards there. Something that you are waiting to accomplish or waiting for results on. Another butterfly there. Please pay close attention to your synchronicities. We've got double 10 there. We've got 2 butterflies, but I will check in with that card in a moment. But also I'm getting this like moonlighting energy for some of you, or some sort of victorious win. Maybe you are given a seal of approval or a permit for something, or you seal a deal on something. Okay, so what have we got here? We have Ascension, yeah. So we got New Horizons there. So this can indicate a fresh new start or a fresh new approach, or new ideas on how to revamp something that you already do, just to make it interesting and more exciting, and that you don't lose your passion for it. Because I definitely see here you're passionate about something, and it says your dreams are within your reach, so keep going. Fortune is on your side. And that's what I mean. I feel like you're shooting for the 10, and it's like you get the 9, but it feels like a stepping stone. So I feel like you're so close to getting something that you've envisaged or you've been working hard to accomplish. And whether that's being able to go into real estate, because the 10 of Pentacles can be that you're going into real estate, or you're already in real estate and the market has been changeable. It can be that it suddenly picks up briefly for you, but it is fluctuating. I got to be honest with you there. For some of you, it could be that you aspire to get into real estate and you're finding some sort of passive income in that. It doesn't have to be corporate or anything connected to real estate. It could be that you have an idea that you lock onto and you're able to kind of like build upon this idea and build your empire. This figure is literally looking out the window from her empire. And this is not a gender specific reading, but it's like this person has accomplished so much and is now expanding their reach on whatever it is that they're doing. This could literally be that your reputation is going from strength to strength, is increasing in some way. So please apply it to your personal situation. But we do have temporary, okay? So this can be like something that you're trialing at this time. I did mention the trial thing, but also it could be, as you can see here, it says you may have many jobs before finding the one that you really love. Money comes and goes. Okay, I mean, we all know that that happens. Money comes and goes, but I feel like you retain a lot more of it this time round, or in the coming weeks and months. But what I see here with this is like you may be trialing different ideas at this time to see what works, but also some of you, this is a stepping stone opportunity coming in for you to really reach the golden opportunity, okay? Because I feel like a portal is opening up for you to increase there. And we've got wisdom, you know, we got the information, there's pearls of wisdom right there, and I was really drawn to it in that Hermit card. So a lot of you are reinvesting in yourself by booking a course of higher learning, or you're utilizing that higher learning that you have already under your belt, and you are migrating it to create something new. Some of you could also be, you know, an energy here of you kind of like learning a new craft or learning a new skill or some sort of new technology that helps you there too. But it says to write or express yourself in words opens new doors. I mentioned like a presentation or, you know, speaking about something, or basically talking about something that you know. This could be something that opens doors for you. You could even be writing a manual or a book on how to do something that brings in passive income on the side for some of you. But it says, say what's on your mind. You know, that Seven of Swords can indicate the way you deliver it. It can be diplomatic, but you're still being honest. You're still being direct and true. You're being your authentic self. So, you know, I feel you've got something to say about your industry, and a lot of you could have an appraisal over the next coming weeks where you really get to speak your truth about what's going on a project. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be that you find yourself in an opportunity to mix with industry people, and you get to say what you want to say about it, and you could actually say something that is so true that it ripples out in your industry and it affects some sort of change. Your voice matters. So I definitely see here that you're impacting whatever industry you find yourself in, or, you know, striving to be in at this time. I feel like you're building in wealth and wealth of knowledge. So we have one last move. I mean, that stands to reason, because you've got a 10 of Pentacles on your mind and you're going to a 9 of Pentacles. There's only one move till you get to the 10 of Pentacles. So I would definitely say that this card is a very impactful card for the reading that you are, you know, exuding right now, because I'm picking up on energy. I'm channeling energy from the collective. So it feels like there is like one big move or one big strategy that's about to happen to unlock it all. And it says, you've come far on your journey. Keep going and you will soon see what you have accomplished. Last step, almost there, close. Okay. This is two cards that have popped out in two different decks that say you're so close to something, a milestone or an opportunity, or you're about to unlock your destiny to help you build your fortune and your empire in some way. And I feel like the goal that you have, it's going to be all coming together and working for you. We also have middle of the road. Now that can be connected to that Six of Pentacles, because it's like finding the balance between different skills or different roles. But it says here, careful not to get trapped between two extremes. Find the middle ground. Extremes, compromise, and neutral. So if there is office politics, for example, don't get caught up in that. There's always someone watching, especially since you've got this card here. It can be that, you know, walls have ears, but also people are like keeping an eye on things at this time, especially if there tends to be some sort of disruption in the working environment. If you're not a part of it, I feel this is something that's going to benefit you long term. It will be noticed is what I see there. Also, I feel this is about like not getting caught up in the details or the procrastination of something. It's like when you feel you've got all the details, you can like start. You don't have to delay it any further. I'm really getting this sense of like time is a factor. The time is now, okay? And I feel like a window of opportunity is coming up for you. So I feel like you're going to grab it with both hands. And finally, we have that portal. So it's, if you really look at this, it almost feels like one last move is going to unlock this portal for Ascension. Now, Ascension can mean different things for everybody. So it can be that, you know, you're about to unlock a promotion or a raise or some sort of investment opportunity. For some of you, it could be that you're getting a new job. Others, it could be this deal that you've been working on for some time, or it could be that you're getting new clients or new attention in your industry and you're rising through the ranks. Can also be that your status is increasing in some way, that you have a lot of power. But as you can see there, there's a staircase being made available for you to reach something that is going to help you shine and stand out in your industry. And the money is going to be reflected in that as well. So it says you're shifting from one reality to a higher vibrational reality. Time to soar to new heights, thriving, increase, and taking off. And I definitely feel that that is happening for you in this reading, in this energy read. But I also feel with the butterfly energy, it's like a little bit of this as an ingredient, a little bit of that, a little bit of this over here, because butterflies, they flutter from like plant to plant, flower to flower. And it's that will be the sum of everything together. It's like everything comes full circle. So all the skills that you have will be, healthy marriage together to make whatever it is that you want to accomplish something that's truly successful indeed. Yeah, that's why you got the Lover's card, because it is an amalgamation of energies, taking action, the masculine energy, the feminine energy, being open and receptive and doing something that you love and nourishing the skill sets that you have. So yeah, really excited for a lot of you there. I feel a challenging time is going through like a revamp and a breakthrough. And I feel like you're moving on from difficulty as well if you have been going through something challenging. Now, we do have the Hamza hand, which is all about protection, but it could also be something that you create by hand that you're going to be launching. For some of you, it could be a hands-on business. Maybe you're going to be a little bit more hands-on on the details at this moment in time, but ultimately it means protection. So I feel, in an industry, no matter what industry you work in, everyone in the world right now is noticing the pinch. Everyone's noticing that there are some challenging economic fluctuations going on that is affecting like redundancies or closures of businesses or branches of things. We're seeing a downsize going on. And I feel this is about you navigating this period and being protected during this time and moving towards better and bigger things here. Also, we've got the cat. I'm not surprised to see the cat because, there's a lot of independent energy going on in your reading. And this is an energy of you locking onto a goal, strategizing a move, and then launching it or taking a leap in order to grab it with, well, it'll be both hands, and of course cats, it'll be both paws, for example. But I really get this energy of you kind of like going off and doing your own thing, or maybe, having it as a secondary kind of interest and it's making money for you, but eventually it will grow to such a potential that you can just like focus on that alone is what I see there. Okay, so I'll leave that there. I hope something resonates. It was a very complex reading, may not resonate with everyone, of course, but I have to honor everything that comes out, the images, the songs, and I hope it does connect to someone out there. So thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.